أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Ramadan, Day 14. Follow the light of Ramadan. Dear Muslims and Muslimas, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. May Allah reward you the best. To all the people who are fasting today, praise be to Allah, and peace and blessings be upon the Messenger of Allah. Zakat. Zakat is an obligatory form of charity expected from every Muslim individual. This form of charity is an act of worship and a form of social investment. Zakah is one of the 5 pillars or fundamentals of Islam. The remaining pillars are Shahada, that is profession of faith, performing daily salat or prayers, fasting and pilgrimage to Makkah. Zakah is based on income and the value of all of one's possessions. It is customarily 2.5% of a Muslim's total income, savings and wealth above a minimum amount known as nisab. Zakah literally means that which purifies. Zakah is considered a way to purify one's income and wealth from sometimes worldly impure way of acquisition. Who are eligible to give or pay zakah? The person should be a Muslim, adult, sane, free, not a slave. They must possess a certain minimum amount of extra wealth called nisab, fully owned by them, in excess of personal use such as clothing, food, shelter, household, furniture, utensils, cars, etc. They should have had this minimum amount in possession for a complete lunar year. The wealth should be of a productive nature from which they can derive profit or benefit such as merchandise for business, gold, silver, livestock, etc. The minimum amount or nisab should not be owed to someone. It should be free from debt. Who are eligible to take zakah? The poor, fakir or fukara, those without any means of livelihood and material possessions. The needy or miskin, those without sufficient means of livelihood to meet their basic necessities. For instance, those who although may have a job but whose income is below the minimum requirement. The administrators of zakah or amil, those appointed to manage and administer zakah. This category is subdivided into the following categories. A. Group of people who go out to the society and determine those who fall fukara and miskin categories, those who collect the zakah money. The accountant of the zakah money, the administrator, manager, clerical worker or secretary who puts the files in order. Those who handle zakah distributions, the auditor who audits overall zakah management and administration. The sympathizers, those who are inclined to enter or have already converted to Islam, to free slaves or rikab. Zakah can also be used to free slaves or captives. Those who are in debt. Zakah can be used to pay off the debts of a person who has borrowed to pay for basic necessities so that he or she can lead a normal life. Zakah can also be distributed to those in financial difficulties, example bankruptcy due to the loss of employment and heavy debt. For the cause of Allah, zakah can be used to finance any form of struggle or work for the love of Allah. The following examples fall under this category. Example: dawah, building and developing society's infrastructure. Defending Muslims who are being oppressed, assisting poor travelers, and sponsoring a student's educational expenses. Those who are stranded during a journey, zakah can also be used to help a traveler facing difficulties in continuing his journey due to reasons such as loss of money or the breakdown of his vehicles, the repair of which he cannot afford. Who cannot be given zakat? Zakat cannot be given to parents, grandfather, etc., or to one's children and grandchildren. A husband and wife cannot give zakat to each other. Zakat contributions cannot be given to such institutions or organizations who do not give the rightful recipients possession of zakat, but instead use zakat funds for construction, investment, or salaries. Zakat cannot be given to non-Muslims. The same ruling applies to wajib sadaqah or charity, that is sadaqatul fitr, kaffarah, ushr and nazr. Nafil sadaqah could be given to non-Muslims. If one cannot determine whether the recipient is needy or not, then it is better to make certain before giving him zakat. If zakah is given without inquiry and subsequently it is known that the recipient is wealthy, the zakat is not valid. It has to be given again. Zakat will not be fulfilled by purchasing books for an institution or land purchased for public utility and made waqf. Zakat cannot be used for the kafn of a deceased person who have no heirs because at that time he or she cannot become the owner. A dead person's debt cannot be paid from the zakat. Insha'Allah, we shall follow the light of Ramadan tomorrow. Allah Hafiz. May Allah protect you.